right, everybody. I'm loving those money signs in the chat. And if you did bring some flowers, well, we're going to be tossing them on Bed Bath & Beyond because it's officially funeral season for them. The big number today is 136.9 million. That is how high the market value for Bed Bath & Beyond was closing the bell on Friday as the retailer officially filed for bankruptcy over the weekend in a move we all saw coming, well, forever. The brand is still keeping its 360 locations running, but making moves to sell both the main brand and Bye Bye Baby locations in an auction to the highest bidder. Shaw, this company has been circling the drain all year. Were you surprised at how long it lasted? And did the Diamond's hands help it keep it alive?
I'd like to say I was surprised, but in reality, I wasn't, because there are so many different ways to keep a company alive, and the Diamond Hands have their way, and so it didn't surprise me. Ultimately, we knew. I think we talked about it on the show many times that it was really just a matter of time. So. We're going to see this a lot, though. A lot of these companies are going to reach out to investors to try and keep them alive. And if they can get their stock to move up, sometimes these meme stocks do that kind of thing. They can issue new equity. There's all kinds of things they can do. So was it surprising that it lasted as long as it did? No. Am I happy that it's finally dead and buried? Yes. About to be buried? Yes. Good night. See ya. By the way, I love the stores. I think it's a great concept. It's not dead in the sense, I think it's dead as far as the equity is gone, but I don't think it's dead as far as a business. I think it can be and probably will be resurrected.
Can GameStop, can AMC, can these stocks or companies get resurrected with our diamond handers over there?
Yeah, they can. The same thing can happen. It was going to be interesting to see what happens with Bed Bath & Beyond. Who takes over their debt? Who basically wants the assets? What they think they can do with them? There's really nothing there as far as assets I can see. But again, with the ability of companies and these financial wizards to juggle paper, these meme stocks have alternate lives. So there's an alternate universe that they can exist in. So it's very hard to bet against them. You just got to trade them. As far as longevity, good luck with that for the most part. But they're great tradable instruments, and that's what we do with them here. And on your show, I know Kenny trades them a lot, and Mark does, and they're great trading instruments. Leave it at that. They're not investments, people.
It's kind of a double whammy here because you have Bed Bath & Beyond, which is a meme stock, and then it's also a retailer. And the retail sector has been struggling a lot this year. Do you see how this can bode for the retail sector? Any glimmer of light, or going down with the rest of them?
They were very slow to get online. They're very slow to start to merchandise online. Too big of a footprint as far as their bricks and mortar stores. So they were behind the curve, and too many shakeups in management that didn't get it right. So as far as retail goes, they just had the wrong plan all along. And the other companies, hopefully they'll take note of as to what happened here. But retail is not dead. Bricks and mortar is coming back in some areas. It's pretty neat to see. For example, there's a mall over by me in Sarasota called University Town Center. They built it and they were just about to open it as everything crashed. I thought, everyone's closing malls. This mall is exploding. You can't even find a parking space. Retail's back.
CJ, do you see any potential with the memers?
Well, of course, the memers are out there. I hate to call it this, but they kind of like to bottom feed. When a stock goes down 10, 15, 20%, they look at the short interest list and say, hey, let's pop this one up. Look at what's happened with Carvana over the last month. This stock, I think everybody has looked at from every perspective and said, fundamentally, it's not only a bad idea. They've got a lot of inventory. They've got a lot of debt. They've got a lot of things just like Bed Bath & Beyond. So we know where they're headed. But you can make some money on these short squeezes, just like Shaw mentioned. Kenny has done to the upside. Mark has done to the upside. My advice is you look at it from the fundamental perspective and say, okay, every time one of these stocks like Carvana, like Chewy even, but Chewy's come back a little bit more to be relevant than I think Carvana. Carvana is obviously the one I'm going to beat up on today. But if you look at these from the side of, if this stock goes up 20, 50%, take a look at it to the downside, because the fundamentals, as we just found out yesterday, prevail. The fundamentals win over the long run, this has got to be the longest dragged out situation I've seen for a company actually going into that liquidation phase. Shaw, I don't know if you'd agree, but I can't think of any company that has been given so many lifelines because of the diamond hands.
Shaw, your take?
I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean,
All
every
right.
time the stock goes
I
up,
agree.
it gives management an opportunity. As Shaw said, your financials are a little bit different here. You go out and you sell a little bit of stock into that, which they did. Bed Bath and Beyond did last year. You go and take that opportunity to put together deals with people to get a little more inventory in. It still ended up in the same spot. Remember that
Yep.
over the long run.
Will do. 8-baller, we're going to bring you in here because BBY, it's gone. See ya. So long. Hitting the sunshine, Bob. Decoding any other trades in the sector as the loss of this company is rippling throughout the sector, whatever you want to call this sector. I know the memers out there are like, we don't like being called memers, but guess what? That's what you are.
Holders.
Holders.
Hold the door.
Holders.
Holders.
Hey,
Yeah, not
8-baller,
good.
I saw this graphic and
Yes.
I thought, instead of moonin, they're graven. Oh.
Oh, it's Monday morning. Too early for that. No, I'm kidding. Listen, Bed Bath and Beyond bankrupt. Trust me, it can't be good. And I believe what's left in strip malls are exposed through. Keep an eye on RPT and SITC. Those are stocks. And when you say sectors, I'm looking at retail. The XRT we're going to revisit here on the charts. We've been talking about it trading within a zone, $75 on the high end, about 58 on the low end, right? 57, 58. So if you had played this on a longer term basis, you're basically setting up for, it looks like if it breaks here, it could pull all the way back another $15. So I'm not bullish on XRT or that being the retail space. I'm also looking at the memes. That to me is also a sector. So you break down stocks and sectors. Keep an eye on KOSS and on AMC, GME, Build-A-Bear.
Come on, John.
Build-A-Bear. I haven't traded that one in forever. Oh wow. Build-A-Bear.
Probably the
coming
best
back.
looking stock out there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty strong fundamentals.